So here we are back, and we are still up here on the Isle of all six. So what my plan is, I'm gonna attempt all of these blue, these green and the yellow one, and I'm also going to attempt the red one, which would give me enough to increase my life points by 1, which means that I cannot attempt any other green challenges. And then we should put to sea, so I will have to get rid of one of my allies and go to this island over here, but also on the way get rid of these 3 map tiles, because what I can then do is I can exchange them for epic items, which you can only get through these maps. So essentially what you're doing is you go to one of these anchor places, and then you have an encounter there, and then this is the way I understand it, or the way I'm going to play it, is it's followed by a market step. So, let's attempt this challenge. And it's a marshland inhabitant. Let's test hide. 11. So we have 8. 10, 14, so now I can make an attack of my choosing. So I am going to use melee 6. That's successful, so we do 2 damage, and then we're going to use our before combat ability that we have, because the way I play it is it's not just 1, but if the enemy has a before combat as well, then they get to go and then I get to go. And I'm going to use my ranged combat for 6, 8, 13, 15. That's enough to kill it. We get 3 gold and this. Adventure marker. Then we're going to check we're at 5. That's absolutely fine. Then we're going to roll. We're going to take, oh, yes, we can do this. 1, this is any, and then 2, 3, and we're going to attempt this yellow challenge. Decreen the Mad Knight. If you own any maps, this one has 5 health. So we're going to do it this way. We're actually going to say this is his life points, and we're going to deduct them. So we are going to take our before action. Using our daggers, and that's way enough, so we do 2 points of damage, so he has 3 left. Then the runesmith Shan is going to attack in the ranged phase, and he has 10, 13, he only needed 11, that's enough, so he's gonna remove 1 more. Then we have Sister Celia, who's going to, or is she? Actually, I'm going to take this risk. I need 9. And I've got 18, which means after I make a successful melee attack, I can inflict +1, and that's what happens here. So we have defeated this challenge, so we get the marker. We also get 4 gold. And we also get 2 map markers of our choosing. Now we need 1 blue one. So we know this. Then we have 4 items, then we'll just take 1 randomly because it doesn't really matter. So here we are. Let's see what our doom counter says. It's at 12. That's enough. We're at 16 now. So let's roll some dice. We're here. Well, we are kind of stuck. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the city of Hardell. Let's see if we're going to have an encounter there. We will not have an encounter there. Let's draw something into the market stack. Okay, artifact staff, staff of light. Before moving, activate to discard all wounds and fatigue from you and your allies. That's what we're going to get. Exactly that. I mean, that is an amazing artifact. So let's see. We're going to check our doom. It's 9, not a problem. We're not going to roll this time. We're just going to move here for 1. Let's see what this challenge brings. It's a wild droom teal. Droom teals are often kept by the rich and the mighty as pets, but when they escape, they can turn into wild beasts. Okay, so this is not going to be a big deal. We're just going to kill it right out. Yeah, it's dead. So that's, just to be sure, 9, 11 plus many, that's dead. So we can keep this, and then in a market step we get 2 gold. Brilliant. And we also get this. So, doom, 9, roll again, 5 dice. We're going to go here. Nothing else because we don't have any marshes. Doom, 8, nothing happens. We're going to move 1. We're going to encounter this red challenge. So let's see. Oh, boiling sea. Asif ship Sas. The titanic rise of Asif ship Sas leads to huge lava streams running into the sea. And as a result, leviathans and other monsters of the deeps are sent to the surface. Okay, we need to put blue counters on all of the anchors. So every time we get an anchor, we have to draw a blue card, and then we have to draw another blue card straight after. But I do believe that we get a refresh. It's not quite clear, but once this environmental card is discarded, it will go away. Oh, there's one missing. So you get to do 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's going to be terrible. Yeah. So let's see what else we've got. Red. Drolloc Beast. Partly tortoise, partly crab, and partly living rock. These creatures are hard to kill. This challenge ignores every single attack that does less than 2 hearts. It has 5. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give our runesmith Sean a chance with his before battle possibilities. He needs to roll an 8. And he does 3 points of damage. Very well done, Sean. Then, next up is... me. I'm going to defend against his attack. Seven, 11, 13, that's enough. And then I'm trying to attack him. This is going to be difficult now because he's got 20. I've got 6. And oh, this is actually something I should have gotten rid of. It only works once. 6. Yeah. So it's actually going to be Sister Celia who's gonna try and do this. Although if she... No, it's gonna be us. I'm gonna try and attack. 13, 17, 19, that's not good enough. So I take 4 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we have now we're in a real pickle. That's 8, 11. That's, no, actually, it's not in a real pickle. Who did we defend with in the first round? I defended, didn't I? Okay, so now Runesmith Sean attacks again for 3 points of damage, and he's successful, so we get rid of this one. This one is actually terrible because you don't have that many options to do more than 1 damage off the bat. So we get 7. So I hope I played this right, yeah. But yeah, tactically speaking, this is how it needed to be done. So now we have this one. I'm totally going to... Okay, so first of all, we're going to level up 5. And I'm going to give myself +1 heart. Which means that I automatically heal up to full. It also means I cannot do any green challenges anymore, so I'm just going to remove them from the board. And this island of Utik, there was something about this, blah. No, we're not going to do this. Which means now is the time to check our doom. 6, not a problem. So now we're going to try and get back into the city of Hardell. And we have enough to go. Okay, let's see if we're going to have an encounter. On a 10, we don't. So now we have to say goodbye to one of our heroes. To one of our... Oh no, now we're going to have a market step. 1, 2, 3. None of these are of interest. So we are going to hire a captain. Freihafenschmuggler. So that's a smuggler. Okay, not bad. We're gonna say goodbye to Sister Celia. And we're gonna pay 1 gold, and we're also going to discard this one to get another 2 gold, so we get 2 gold. Okay, let's check our doom. 10. Still good enough. Okay, let's put to sea. Here we are. Let's draw 1 blue challenge. Good, Freihafenschmuggler. You can find everything and anything on the black market. Okay, so this one goes away, which is good because it means that all of these blue ones are actually going to get removed. We were lucky, but still we are faced with 1 more. The natives are attacking. Test hide before combat. We succeed. Okay. They've got 3, so we're going to just basically... Well, no, we're gonna use Sean. And he's successful. Wow, 20, natural 20. He kills everyone. We don't get any good thing for it though. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to have kind of like a market step. So we're going to get rid of these 2 and we're going to get one of these epic items. This is epic, epically awesome. Now, I'm not sure, but I will just say that they do not count towards your item limits, because otherwise this would be ridiculous. We're going to take the Book of Corsac Amin, because that reduces... Yeah, I mean, the problem is... these are interesting if you don't have anything that happens before combat. But, you know, we will... yeah, well, you know, that's... it's not interesting to us because... Yeah. Okay, so I guess we will buy 2 more, the helmet or the helm of Trelton and the shield of Antenor. Okay, Doom and Gloom. Okay, that's it. 17. Everything restores. And let's see which market stack gets eliminated. 2, 4, 6. This one's empty anyway. Let's move on to the next one. Let's draw a blue card. Stormy Seas. The captain gets 2 fatigue at the end of each round. That's bad. So we need to get rid of this ASAP. Number 1, we're going to use Sean. And with 6... Oh no, he's not successful. I don't get it. This is terrible. I can't believe this. Okay, then it's us. for... Oh my god, I'm doing terribly. Sean again. Okay, that didn't work. So our captain is not doing too well. Let's try this again. The captain will try and attack. 14, nothing happens. Actually, he should have attacked in the previous round as well, so nothing would have happened. So he's now going to attack again. Nothing happens. So next up is us. 12, 16, 18. We fail. Sean. Finally, 8, 11, but just about. He does 3 points of damage. And our captain is dead. So this means we're shipwrecked, doesn't it? So we end up in the nearest town and we lose all of our money. That's brilliant. Okay, Doom. Is fine. No market step. We are going to use the staff to heal our friend, which is stupid because you can only do it in the movement, but that's fine. So we're going to move here to try and get this yellow challenge to get some money. And we're not doing 2, 1, 2. Ah yeah, 3, 4. That worked. Let's see what we've got. Yellow. It's a quest. Okay. Let's try this again. I mean, I'm not too keen on those quests. Flying Drake. Or Lizard, actually. Let's check. Climb. 6. 12, that's enough. Oh, no. Oh, yes, actually, we don't care. We're going to use Sean's ability, and he kills it. And we get 5 gold. And this, and it means we can level up again. And we are going to level up our melee. And then we're going to check our Doom. 18, that's still fine, just about, but it's fine. So we're going to move quickly. Woods. Road. Another road. No, another road. And then we're going to go into this town. Let's see if we have an encounter. We don't. Let's see what Dalek has to offer. Dalek's empty. Not for very much longer. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we've got. Let's take our captain. 1, 2, 3. Ton Elnor. He's a little bit stronger. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check our Doom. 11, that's fine. And we're going to put to sea again. Blop. It's a shark. We're going to use Sean's ability. That's 12, that's enough. It kills it outright. We get 2. And we're going to use the market step at sea to get the helmet. And then we're going to roll for our Doom. 3, we're fine. We're going to move on to here. Challenge is Drowned Souls. Those drowned at sea hunger after dragging others down into eternity and have them share in their fate. Oh God. So first let's check Fist. So that's 9, 13, we're good. Sean's gonna try and kill them. Well, he's gonna try. 9, so they get 3 points of damage. Go Sean. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, yeah, she's at 6 now again. So Sean's gonna, he just did 3 damage there. And now we're gonna try and do this. 7, 9, 13 is enough. So we have 4, we get 4 gold and 2 experience points. We're also going to get the shield. Doom. 14, we're good. We're going to Oris, where we won't have an encounter. Oris is the stag. Where is the stag? Down here. So what have we got? One, 2, 3. And we're going to buy the Ring of Protection, which allows us to re-roll a combat roll. That's good. We like that. Doom. 16. Okay. Doom increases. Let's see which market stack is affected. None. Let's try again. 8. Nothing. This one's empty. Okay. Let's move to level up some more. Street Hills Yellow Challenge. The Magician Gran Ray. Okay. Let's do our thing. 8, 10, 14 is enough to inflict 2 damage on this guy in the... I need damage counters. In our attack phase. Then we have the actual ranged combat where we're going to attack and try, and that's, sorry, we're not going to attack, we're defending 16. That's good. More than enough. So now we're going to attack in the melee phase, and here we've got 13, 17, 21. We do 2 points of damage and he's dead, and we get this card, and it allows us to move 1 more space when we're at sea, but we also get 6 gold. Okie dokie. Let's see what else we can do. Sorry, that's not what I wanted, actually. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay. We're going to level up one more time. And we are going to... we're going to give us some more in melee. And it would be good if we could get a better weapon. Something really good. I mean, this one's nice. Well, we only can do 2 points of damage max. Yeah. Doom. 9. Nothing happens. Let's move. Nothing happens. And try this again. Ah yes, mountains, very easy. Yellow challenge card. Viper-tailed sneaker. Test 10 body. Easily. Since I'm successful, any damage this creature would do would be taken as fatigue. Sean's gonna do his pre-combat thing. And with 14 plus his own value of 3, he does 3 damage and he kills it, and we get 4 gold. Which is brilliant. And now, let's check our doom. 10, 11, nothing happens. We're gonna move. Ha! That was rubbish. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to go into Otis. Let's see if we have an encounter. We don't. We draw a marked step card. Otis is the stag. Let's get a really good weapon. Or a rune. A rune would be nice. And what are you? Mirror Blade Axe. Okay, we're gonna get another. No, we. Yeah, we don't need another potion of healing because we have enough healing. What do you do again? +1. Yeah, these are all rubbish. Where is this city? That's Dalek. Because that would be a really cool one. Okay, Doom. 13, nothing happens. We're going to put to sea. Ghost ship. Okay, let's just do our before combat magic. Well, not magic in this case, actually. We're going to use the blades. 6, 8, 10, 14. That's exactly enough. Whew. And we're going to do 2 damage. We don't need to defend in this one. So we're now going to attack in the melee phase using our newly found melee ability. That's 10, 14, 18 against 12. We do 2 points of damage. Well, we don't even need to. We do 1 point of damage because that's enough. We get 1 of these. If it's green, then I can do another market step and get an item. It's blue, so we can't. But we also get 2 which means we can level up again. And we are going to add another we're going to add another melee to this. Doom 7, nothing happens. We're going to move again. Blue card, challenge the Kraken from the deep. We succeed. We're going to do our pre-combat ability. That's 7, 11, 13. We do 2 points of damage. Then we're going to do this again. We're going to attack in this phase. 14, that's good enough. We do 2 points of damage. 1 point of damage. So we're now at 3. We are going to, oh my word, defend in this round. 3, 7, 11. Oh no, what we're going to do is we are going to use the Ring of Protection and reroll because that was rubbish. 12, that's what I'm talking about. Nothing happens. 12, 16, 18, 20, 24, we're fine. And then Sean is going to do his worst, or his best, hopefully. And that's 18, that's exactly enough. He does 3 points of damage. We kill the Kraken. We get 2 counters. Hopefully one of them is green. No, they're all blue. And we get 4 points. So we're going to exchange these and we're going to level up and we're going to do +4. Because it is important that we are good for this. Doom 9, nothing happens. We're going to go to Dalek. We're going to check if we're going to have an encounter. We are going to have an encounter in Dalek. Let's roll this dice, and of course we get the worst possible outcome with 3 possibilities. Dalek. So, road. Plenty of work. Your hero is offered a job in town helping to build a new wall around the city. If your hero chooses to skip their next turn, they earn 3 gold. Well, first of all, let's check what we have. So we have this, which we really want. We want the Charmer Flute. And we have money for this. Let's see what else comes out. Yeah. How much money do we have? We have 13. Yeah, we're going to skip our next round. So we're going to get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. We just know that we have 3 more. So so we have 2 more. So this one sells for 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to get the charmer flute for 9. It's really good. So so that was the road. Next we have the plains. Heroes welcome. Your hero heals 1 wound for each completed quest. We do have 1 completed quest, but we don't have any wounds. And finally we have the hills. Noble sacrifice. The leaders of the city recognize the importance of your quest and have raised money for your voyage. You may hire any sea captain at port for free this turn. Okay, let's pull one out. And what does he do? Moxat and Taxom. We're going to exchange our captain for this one. This is actually some kind of sea serpent. We love this. Woohoo! Now that was an interesting encounter here. Good. Let's do some doom. 11. We're still good. Let's put to sea again. Ghostly dragon boat. Okay, we want to make mincemeat of this ASAP. First of all, we're going to are we? Well, first of all, we're going to use the 4 blades. 10, 12, we do 2 points of damage. Then Moxat and Taxom are going to attack. For 10, 13, this kills it outright. And we get 4 euros, well 4 gold. And how many experience points? 2. Which means we can level up again. We're going to level up over here. So that's good. And then we're going to have our do. That's 19, okay. Let's see which market stack is affected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one goes away. It's grand. Doesn't matter. We're going to move over here. Gafford. Let's see if we have an encounter. We don't. We mark it. That's the boar. 1, 2, 3. Ha! Finally, a rune. Touch of Death. Before combat, activate and take X amount of... Oh, we don't even have enough money. What a pity. Okay, there's nothing of interest there. Let's do some doom. 14, we're fine. Let's get something moving. The empty valley. Do we have a forest? We do not, so we can't go anywhere near any of these. Okay, empty and that's it. 17, still good. That was close though. We're just going to move here. No, we're actually going to move here. And yellow, and C. Cult of the Fireworm. Yeah, we're going to do our blade thing. 13, that's enough. It gets 2 wounds. And then we're going to hit it again. And we do enough damage. We get 4 gold. Like so. And then we get a legendary object. Now what do they do again? Let's see. Why not? Let's take the spear. Doom. 16, we're still good. Let's move. Plain forest here. Plague Dragon. Check jump. 7, 11, 15, plenty. Great, we did it. Let's do some. 20, he's dead. 5 gold. Now that was good. 5 gold. We can level up. And we are going to add plus 2 to melee. And then we're going to do Doom. 10, we're still good. We're going to go into the city to do some shopping. Whoops. Yes, we are. Let's see if we haven't. No, we don't. Let's check the market stack for interesting stuff. Ooh, nice. What are you? Weapon, mace. Your hero receives +3 bonus to his melee combat rolls and inflicts +3 in... Yeah, that's a no-brainer. We're going to sell the ramshackle, the ram's head war pick for 3. And then we're going to pay an additional 12 to get this mace. Awesome mace. Now that was worth it. We have 9 left. So we put it here. Let's see. 5. Nothing happens. Let's see if we can take out the yellow challenge up there. Not this way. Oh no, this is this, and then we're going to use the rock and going to remove it from the game. And we're going to move here, and we're going to get a yellow challenge. So let's see how we're doing. Oh, it's a shadow drake. No, shadow dragon, sorry. Your hero and all of his allies do +1 damage during the magic phase, or if you use magic. So we're gonna use Runesmith Shan's ability. For 19, this one's wiped out. 5 gold. I love it when things go well. Then Doom. 9, nothing happens. We're going to go into the city. Are we going to have... No. Let's take a look at the market stack because we now have plenty of money. What have we got? Javelin of the Storm. Discard to make, nope. Elven Wraproot. Your hero receives a +3 bonus to his ranged and magic combat rolls. Activate to cancel up to... That's nice. What else have we got? Before combat, activate and take X fatigue. For the first X round of the combat, your hero and allies ignore the first 2 wounds. Activate and take X fatigue to make a magic attack. If your hero succeeds, inflict X. Okay, Touch of Death. It's actually not too bad. We're going to keep this. The next time we level up, we're actually going to increase our magic abilities. 9. Nothing happens on the Doom track. Let's try and get this red one going. Let's see what we've got. 1, 2, 3, and 1 plain. That's enough. Plain and 3 forest. Red challenge. Here we come. Silite. Whatever a Silite is. It can only be attacked. This challenge ignores every damage caused by melee or ranged. Okie dokie. So Sean's going to do his pre-combat. For 7, for 10, that's just enough. He does 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. Just have to remember it's got 3 points of damage. Then I'm going to defend over here. For 13, that's it. Nothing happens. And then I'm going to defend again here for 12. That's also nothing happens. And then Sean is going to try again. And he succeeds again for 11, 14. So this one's dead. Because he just did 3 and he's going to do 3 again. And I get 8 gold. That's 10. And we're going to, whoops, make change. Like so. And we're going to increase our magic ability by 2. Okay, good. Doom. 12. We're fine. Still fine. We need to get back to the city. And we can't. That didn't work. Doom. Still fine. We're at 11 now. Gonna roll again. 1 forest. 1 hill. Yeah. Do we get an encounter? No, we don't. Let's do some market research. What have we got? Nothing interesting. Doom. 13. Woohoo! We're going to put to sea. And I believe it's now time to try our luck on the Forbidden Island. Now, I don't really know how this works because in theory, you would have to go through the whole stack until you find this Asif monster. But of course you have like this many cards, and that's a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose randomly one card that I need to succeed against. And then I get to face the big bad. Daar Hilzernod. Oh, remember this guy? We had him before. You can't use any legendary objects. We are going to use Shan's ability, not like this. So we're going to re-roll a combat roll. 10, that's still not enough, so nothing happens. So now we're going to defend ourselves. Not like this. 6, 10, 16, so now we have 4. Oh no, sorry. Before combat, activate and take X fatigue. 3. Make a magic roll. 10, 18, 20. So we do 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. Now we have basically done our thing. So now is the melee phase, and we're totally going to attack him there. For 10, plenty, and we do 4 points of damage, and he's dead. Okay, so now we get to refresh. And now we get to draw another card. And we're going to discard both of them, and then we're going to get Mr. Asif Shape Sa. And I'm actually going to ignore his fight ability, because that's ridiculous, because you might end up with all of your friends facing you. Oh yeah, we're gonna have the Staff of Light. In theory, I don't really have a movement now, but I pretend that I do, because otherwise this is kind of ridiculous. Because why would you want it then? So let's see. We're going to use 3 fatigue to make a magic attack, which we're probably going to lose. Well, 14, actually 14, 18, 21, 23, we are just about made it. So he gets 3 points of damage. 1, 2. Yes, and we have something that allows us to ignore his Yeah, we've got this book which allows us to ignore it. So he gets 3 points of damage. We just ignored his thing ability. So we are now defending. 8, 10, 18. That's not enough. We take 3 points of damage. Then we're attacking for 10, 14, 18, 20, 24, which is just enough. We do 3 points of damage. Woohoo! So he's now at 6 points of damage. So now, lastly, we are going to use Shan. He may actually not pass this. Yeah, he doesn't. He takes 5 points of damage and he's dead. Next up is Moxat and Taxom are going to attack. That didn't do them any good. They are not dead though. They only take 3 points of damage, so I'm just going to mark this with fatigue. And I am going to attack again for 12, 20, that's enough. And I kill him outright. So, okay, the point is I killed him. That was good because we had the book, which allows us to ignore his pre stuff. And of course I have the Touch of Death, which is a really important did I actually use this? Yes, I did. Because I can do a magic attack, which I succeeded at, and I did 3 points of damage. So that was actually quite a nice game. As you can see, I sometimes play inconsistently. I will do things like house rule stuff and, you know, because to me it's all a story. Usually I die. I mean, I sometimes luck out and I win, but mostly I die, but that's fine too. I really enjoy this game. But as you can see, it takes a good long while, especially, I mean, if I'd had a different Doom counter track, we would have lost a long time ago because we would have had to be engaged with the guy, the end game a lot sooner, and then simply it's almost impossible to make it if you're not as well equipped as we are now. And that happened to me yesterday when I first played, or was it the day before, I don't remember. I got dragged to the Island of Dread way earlier and I just basically failed. And there is no knockouts. You can't, when you're on the Island of Dread, you can only fight and then either win or you lose the game. You cannot say, okay, now I'm going to be knocked out, I'm going to return to the nearest city, yada yada yada. That doesn't work. So here we were lucky because we got the book, which means, you know, all of our friends are still our friends. They don't get to get under the influence of this monster. But also, I mean, I kind of, you could say I cheated in that I said, okay, I'm going to just randomly draw one card and I'm going to defeat that, and then the next one would be Asif. But, you know, the idea is when you play with more than one person, you know, different people would try their luck. They would probably perish in the process, but, you know, the number of silver cards would be reduced. So when it's your turn, you might encounter fewer problems. But, of course, being on your own, and if you think you have to go through a whole stack, there is simply no way you can do this, especially if you were to say, okay, you actually don't have a movement step. Here you couldn't, for example, use the Potion of Healing or the Staff because they both say you have to do it during the movement phase or before the movement phase. And if you assume that you don't have a movement phase on the island, then you're pretty much stuck. So I think that, you know, between the different fights, you do get to have something like a refresh phase and a movement step, if this means that you can use certain things in the movement phase only. But this might be completely against the rules, which would also mean that this game is probably essentially unwinnable. And I don't like the idea that you have no control or no possibility of winning, because then why would you want to play? I don't mind losing, and if we'd now failed against him, that would have been sad, but it would have been, you know, like a result. You know, we didn't make it, that's fine. But if you then say, okay, well, we never had a chance to begin with, simply because you just die, and that's it, then, you know, that kind of takes out the incentive out of the game. You know, why would you want to play? And it's a little bit like this guy I was listening to the other day, and he was talking about horror movies and how he didn't like a certain horror movie because he said that there were no rules, you know. He doesn't like this idea of being completely exposed to a rule-less story where you have no possibility of getting out. You know, it might be difficult and you might not make it, but if there are no rules that apply to the monster, so to speak, then he loses every interest. And I think this is true for me as well. If I have a feeling that there is no rule by which you can possibly win, then I don't feel like playing. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. Like I said, I really like this game. I think it's a really interesting game if you are into this whole D&D type walking around and adventuring thing. If you're somebody who really needs a lot of fancy equipment, fancy cards and fancy, I guess, Chrome type of game, then this game is not for you, simply because you don't really get a lot of Chrome, and when you look at the actual components of the game, they are kind of I would say that actually most of the artwork is bad. And a lot of it is questionable in terms of it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't. It's just not visually pleasing. And I know somebody else, the Lonesome Gamer, made a point of actually showing some of the artwork, going, you know, this is just terrible, and look at this is ridiculous. And while it doesn't really bother me, I think he is right. And if you are somebody who really needs to have good visuals to enjoy a game, then I'm afraid this game is not for you. If you are somebody who can basically look beyond it, like I can, then this is definitely a good game for you. But also, I will not lie, it has a certain level of sameness to it, which does not go away. So if you feel that all of this was roll to move, even worse, roll to move. Oh, I could have actually taken this to inflict 3 as well. If you have roll to move and you don't like this mechanic, then, you know, this is definitely not the game for you. But like I said, it's one of those games that you either hate or love. Also, it's out of print. It has been replaced by the 3rd edition, which seems to be playing quite differently. I don't know what the differences are, but it seems to be completely different. There's also apparently a strong player versus player aspect. That's what I hear. So it caters, I think, to a different type of player, namely people who enjoy player versus player interaction, which I don't. I don't like conflict-based games. But like I said, I mean, there's something for everybody in this universe of Telenoth. You have Descent, you have the 1st edition, which you can still, interestingly enough, you can still get it, but strangely enough, its prices, everybody thought that the prices were going to go down when they announced the next version, when it came out. But the prices actually didn't go down, because a lot of people realized, okay, this game is now out of print, but pretty much many people will still want to play it, so we're going to keep it and we're going to sell it for a lot of money, and they have actually been able to do so. So the fact that it's out of print hasn't really made prices come down, because everybody thought, okay, everybody's now going to rush for the 3rd edition. but people didn't. I have been trying to get some of the expansions, and I've been unable to obtain them. They are not available, which is which just goes to show that the game itself is still popular with people who own it. So they didn't just go and take the other one and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to take the 3rd edition and I'm going to get rid of my my 2nd edition. That didn't happen. And I at least would have thought it would, but it didn't. Which in my opinion shows that it's a game that is not dated. You know, people still enjoy it. And to me that's a nice thing to say about a game, and I'm pretty sure that the person who designed the original will probably appreciate the fact that people still like his version of the game. I'm not saying that the new version isn't good. I know nothing about it, but I'm also somebody who's kind of immune to the cult of the new. You know, just because something is new doesn't necessarily make it good, in my opinion. So that's all from the west coast of Ireland for today. I wish you all a pleasant bank holiday weekend, and I'll probably be back with another soundbite later tomorrow, because I'm going to talk about the Lord of the Rings LCG, the Ring Goes South Saga Expansion Adventure. And I wish you all a pleasant evening.